Welcome back to the channel, guys. Obviously, the game has happened. Arsenal beats Atletico Bilbao 3-0, and there was penalty at the end, which I thought was really weird. But hey, we won 3-0 at the Emirates, and I thought it was a good game. I thought it was a really good game. Not overtly, I'll say, a stellar performance by Arsenal, but it was a much better performance. There are a few things, that obviously we can talk about in this video, but kudos to the team. They put up a good performance in front of the Emirates crowd. Obviously, right out of the bat, really good to see Gyokeres score, his first goal for Arsenal, and which is ironic for those who think he's poor in the air. He's scored a classic striker, a number 9 header goal, and almost scored a second. Quite frankly, should have got to the third, but was really good. So, stay on the positive, guys. Let's see. I thought our backline was great. It was really, really good, compact, decent, and I want to give shout out to Timber, who's, I think, his first preseason game, and to just put out a 10 over 10 performance like that, it just tells you the depth of a good footballer he is. A really good footballer. I'm really happy. He's one of those players. I was telling someone earlier, like, Timber is one of those players that I think would have a very long career at Arsenal. He's reliable. He always puts in his best, and I think he's probably one of the best one-on-one wing backs out there. I'll put him alongside Mendes of PSG as well. Really good footballer. Calafiori, surprised to see him start, but I'm happy. I'm happy he played, and he played really well too. He defended well. One thing I have an issue with Calafiori for is I think he's not very quick. He's very easily turned over by wingers, and but he had a good performance today. And not so much about being a wing back, but not so much about being an actual defender. I thought he played really well, and I'm happy for him, for the team as well, because having a player like that of such quality for the entire season alongside MLS is a good thing. It's a really good thing. Of course, Gabriel and Saliba partnership, rock solid as ever. Pretty much didn't even give Atletico anything, except for the one time Calafiori misplaced a pass that was supposed to go to Martinelli, and then they had a shot on target. But outside of that, they had nothing. They just completely stifled the attack. But that's typical Arsenal. So that's what I wanted to see, and that's what comes with shifting and changing players. You lose that cohesiveness we have as a team. But it was good to see it. I think if we're to read meaning to this, I think this is probably going to be what I think is our first team. That's, of course, if it's a signs, then the left-hand side would change. My take. I'm not very happy with our left-hand side. Again, even though Martinelli assisted the goal for Bukayo Saka, just judging him based on his wing play was poor. Yet again, it's become embarrassing that Martinelli also cannot use his left leg to whoop a cross in. I could see Noni Madueke very instantly. You could just see his passes and the kind of runs he was making. Instantly dangerous. I'm not saying Noni is better than Martinelli just from one game, but I can just judge from his passing, how he moves, how he attacks the space, his runs. I'm sorry, they're just more intelligent. Gyokeres, going back to Gyokeres, I thought he had a good game, really good game. It's interesting to see his runs almost moving towards the left-hand side. So a few times Martinelli kind of almost like played central. He drifted to the left. I think that's his play. That's his strength. Looking forward to him getting more of those runs behind the defender, kind of channel runs and kind of cutting, and then maybe net the ball on one angle. Good play. I'm happy, really happy for him. For a striker to score, it builds their confidence. Not like he doesn't come for someone who needs anyone to give him a pep talk on how to be successful. He just oozes confidence. He seems assured. He believes there's a conviction about him of what he wants to do at Arsenal. So Arteta picked up on that as well. Midfield was solid. Zubimendi really impressed me. Really, really impressed me. He's not exactly the biggest or most robust number 6, but he has a way around. I think because he's quick and he's very intelligent. He has a way around he finds a way to kind of steal the ball back each time we lose it. So he stood out for me in the midfield. And I also saw that Declan Rice didn't play his typical 8. We've kind of gotten used to now. He played more. They played 2 bases, like 2 box-to-box midfielders, basically 2 6s, and Odegaard at the top of that triangle playing 10 or playing 8, if you like. So it was good. I think that gave us a bit more balance because both players now are kind of closer to the defense, and they were also kind of alternating going forward and coming backward. So I'm interested in seeing how that will play. Maybe if that's a plan for United, who knows? On the wings, Bukayo I'll give him a 6/10. I thought it was a good game for him, but not exactly his best. His final third decisions I thought were a little suspect. A few times he opted to shoot, and it wasn't the best decision. But it's Saka. Saka eventually will come good and deliver. He's still, I'll say his fitness, match rustiness, and all of that is playing here. Martinelli, I already touched on that. I'm not impressed. Wing play, not impressed. Let's see. Obviously, Odegaard had a good game. Again, didn't really shoot much. I want him to shoot more. He should be able to shoot more. He's an attacking midfielder. He's closest of all the attack players in the midfield. He's the closest to the 18-yard box, so he should be able to shoot more. I felt there was some extra touches he didn't need to make a few times, but I'm not going to knock him. He had a good game. He had a pretty decent game. Not a stand-up performance. For me, in the midfield was Zubimendi. Declan Rice was also okay. He kept it clean. I think he played more conservative in this game. Didn't bump forward that much. Let's see who else again. I think that's everyone now. From coming off the bench, Madeke impressed me. I thought he had a 15-20 minutes. He made good runs, almost created a goal for Gyokeres, which he headed on the post. And just in general, I can see the threat from that side from him. Let's see who else came on. Havertz. Where did that come from, man? I never knew Havertz was that quick, quite frankly. Could it be just the fact that he's beginning to feel the heat of competition? If that's what's going on, I'm here for it all day. I'll die on that hill, to be honest with you. I think, if you look at modern day football, top teams always have competition for every single wing. So I'm hoping that's what's going on with him, that he's feeling the heat of having Gyokeres on there. But that was a fantastic run. Havertz comes off to me as someone who's not a quick player, but it surprised me how much he had to outrun the defenders, and was able to still find his balance to place that ball. That was impressive. 10/10 there for for the period he was on pitch. I give him a good 9/10. He played well. I'm not going to knock him. It's a good game. One area as well, pretty decent. Yeah, it's a good game. For what I understand, there will be no more preseason game for Arsenal. Even there's no indoor game. So this is our last game before we play United next weekend. From a transfer standpoint, I think there's some gist around Rodrigo coming on loan and maybe his wages being a problem. So we don't know. To be honest with you, just too many conflicting stories out there about Rodrigo. Is he staying? Is it going? I'm not sure. I know for sure Madrid has made it clear that if he wants to leave, they won't stay in his way. But there's nothing else has developed beyond that. Looking at all the IT kids, David Ornstein, Fabrizio, Ben Jacobs, Hand of Ozil, sorry. Nothing really has happened there. Is it still in the conversation? Obviously, his release clause has expired. Arsenal is still kind of discussing how to approach the deal. Are they going to make a bid? Well, they didn't make a bid this week. Most people thought they will. They didn't make a bid this week. So that's still hanging there. I hope they get it done, because the more I see our left-hand side play, especially with Martinelli, I'm even more convinced that we need something a bit more productive, because right now, to me, it's not. The goalkeeper I thought Raya was decent. It was okay. Mosquera again had a good game. I was kind of disappointed. I wanted to see him play alongside Gabriel versus play alongside Saliba, but I understand why Mikel is doing that, because he wants to be able to see him also play on the left-hand side. He had a good game, really good game. I wanted to see Nordgaard come in for Zubimendi, but I think there's some fitness levels Arteta is hoping that they get out of this game, preparing for Manchester United. So all in all, it was a good game by Arsenal. I can't knock it. it's not a 10 over 10 performance for me as a team. I'll give it a good 8 over 10 performance by the team. So kudos to everyone. Yep, so that's it, guys, for today. Please subscribe to the channel. I know more of you watch the channel watch my content that are subscribed. Please subscribe, like, leave me comments how you feel, and I'm definitely about the game, obviously, and I'll definitely respond. I will respond to any comments you drop my way. Yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you.